The Book of the Dead is one of the most enigmatic and mysterious texts of which we have news. It is an interesting funerary text that Egyptian culture used as a guide to understand a little more about what is expected after death. It was intended to help and guide the dead by the lands of the underworld, or as ancient Egyptians called it, Duat. It is important to know that it was a very long book, so much so that a papyrus reached extensions of up to 40 meters in length, in which were found rites and procedures to bury the deceased. We would think that there would only be one edition of the book, but many of them have been found in the sarcophagi of the deceased inhabitants of ancient Egypt. That is to say, it was a book of vital importance when burying the dead, since, according to their beliefs, this book would guide them to surpass the judgment of Osiris and would take them through the way of the underworld, until arriving in paradise. If the deceased did not know this book, or if the indications it contained were not fulfilled, he or she could die a second time. That is, they would forever lose their soul. There are references that say the book was quite expensive. That is why the cream of Egyptian society could buy it easily, and in most of the tombs of these elites, a copy of this Book of Death was always to be found. But the peasants of the region, knowing the great help this book could bring to their dead, did everything in their reach to buy it. So we can deduce that the great fortune of the Egyptian priests is also due to the sale of spare articles or chapters, spreading the concept to all Egyptians of the terrible misfortunes of the dead not being buried with them. And also, if you think of it, originating the concept of the very first book sale in issues or fasciculi,